Hello friends, again today I am before you with the model answer of yesterday's question. So now let us discuss the question which was given yesterday and let us see what can be the model answer for that. Now if you remember, the question was from Western philosophy and it reads like, how does Descartes prove the existence of God? Is his proof adequate? So basically, this is the question. Here it has two parts. In 300 words, we have to reply. So first, basically, we have to explain how he proves, and then critically, we have to evaluate that whether these proofs are sufficient or adequate or not. So basically, this question itself, in a way, says critically evaluate the Descartes' proof uh, with respect to existence of God. So now let us see what can be the ideal answer. Can certainty about God arise from the very act of doubting his existence? For Rene Descartes, the existence of God is not an article of faith, but a conclusion of reason. In his book Meditations on First Philosophy, he argues that without God, knowledge itself cannot be secured. So this again a very engaging start has been given for this answer also, this question also, that we should keep in mind. If we can write uh, the starting sentences, if they are attractive, they are catchy, they are engaging, definitely in some answers, if it's possible, we should write, and we can definitely try to impress the examiner through that and fetch better marks for that. Now, let us see in detail what was Descartes' argument for God. Descartes presents two primary proofs. Now, what are two primary proofs? First is trademark argument. Now, trademark argument is in the third meditation, his book Third Meditation. He finds within himself the idea of an infinite perfect being. Since a finite imperfect self cannot originate such an idea, it must have been stamped by a being that actually possesses those qualities, that is God. So this relies on basically causal adequacy principle. A cause must contain at least as much reality as its effect. So on this principle, he says, if there is idea of a perfect being or perfect God, then such a infinite or perfect idea itself should be originated from the perfect being, and therefore perfect being should exist. So this is first argument, trademark argument he has given. Second is ontological argument he has given in fifth meditation. Now it was inspired by Saint Anselm. In Saint Anselm's question, we have already seen that. Descartes claims that existence is a necessary attribute of a perfect being. So this is his claim. If a being is perfect, then necessarily he exists, because existence is also attribute or quality of a perfect being. Just as a triangle must have three sides, a supremely perfect being must exist. To deny this is to contradict the very concept of God. So this is what uh, proofs which have been given by Descartes in support of existence of God. Now let us critically evaluate and see whether these are sufficient proofs or not. David Hume rejects the causal principle as metaphysically speculative, because Hume has rejected causality. Hume has rejected theory of induction. Accordingly, he rejects this cosmological argument or causal argument also. Immanuel Kant argues that existence is not a predicate. Adding existence to a concept does not make it real. So this is what Kant's view, and Kant rejects ontological argument given by Descartes. Spinoza, though rationalist like Descartes, defines God as a substance itself, not a separate personal being. So for Spinoza, substance is God, God is substance, and he is not a separate personal being. Then the other philosophers like G. Moore find ontological argument logically invalid. Descartes also faces the charge of circular reasoning, that is Cartesian circle. This is important because I remember in 1 year some short question has been asked on Cartesian circle also. Now the Cartesian circle is basically a circular reasoning given by Descartes. That is, he uses clear and distinct ideas to prove God's existence, and yet he says that God validates these ideas. So this is a circular kind of reasoning he has given, and this is called Cartesian circle. So he is accused of this also. Now, in conclusion, Descartes' project seeks rational certainty but arrives at philosophical controversy. His arguments mark a bold rationalist attempt to prove God, yet they fall short of compelling proof. So they are not adequate enough to prove existence of God. They illuminate reason's ambition, but belief ultimately may lie beyond its reach. So belief is not based on, or belief in God is at least beyond reason's ambition. So this is what we are going to conclude. Now let us see what question we will take up tomorrow. Tomorrow we will take up a question from Indian philosophy. Now the question will be, what is Syadvad? How does it relate to Saptbhanginaya? What is Syadvad? How does it relate to Saptbhanginaya? Now this question, as you know, is from Jaina philosophy, and we are going to discuss this tomorrow, and tomorrow we will also give the model answer for that. Now this is again a very important question because Saptbhanginaya and Syadvad, in some or the other form, almost every year it has been asked. So we'll try to understand this tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching today's video. We'll meet again tomorrow with the answer of the question from Indian philosophy. Thank you one and all.